This is the plaintiff, Jessica. She says she gave the defendant a deposit on a two-family home she was interested in, but changed her mind later that same day, and now the defendant won't return her money. She told him she was going to still be looking around. He made her feel that was okay, and is now turning around and ripping her off because he refuses to return her money. She's not the type to walk away without a fight and is suing him here and now for the $1,600 she's owed. This is the defendant, Woody Soleimani. He says the plaintiff looked at the apartment for 3 hours, took a ton of pictures and told him she wanted the place, gave him a deposit. He even told her he'd replace the kitchen floor for her free of charge. A few days later, she calls and tells him she found another place, demanded a refund, thinks he's an idiot or something. Bottom line, he took the place off the market, and he's not returning any money. He's accused of rotten renting practices.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff put a deposit down on a house, changed her mind very same day and can't get her deposit back. But the defendant says he is no idiot. It's the case of you're not my homie.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
All right, Jessica?
Yes.
You are suing Woody Soleimani?
Yes.
For $1,600 that you gave him as a deposit on an apartment that you changed your mind on and never moved into. Tell me what happened.
On March 30th, I went to see this apartment, but prior to that, I was calling a couple others. There was just one I was interested in. I didn't get a contact back, but they called me on the 31st. When I went to see Mr. Surum's apartment, I said it was nice.
What day did you see his apartment?
March 30th.
30th.
Yes, the 30th. When I saw the apartment,
And when had you seen the other apartment that you wanted?
I didn't see it yet. I just left a message for them, and they contacted me the next day following.
On the 31st, and you were moving in when? On April 1st?
No, I didn't agree to move in. I just saw his apartment and talked to him. He said it would require half the down payment of $3,200 from the first, which is $1,600.
My dear, you were looking for an apartment to move into on what day? 24 hours after that?
No. It was the first. I just went to see the other place.
I need you to listen to me. The first of what were you moving into a new apartment? Your plan was to move into, whether it's this one or that one or the other one, your plan was to move into an apartment on April 1st?
By April 1st.
So on March 30th, you still didn't have an apartment?
No.
Were you being evicted from the prior place?
No.
Where were you living previous?
I was with my son.
Okay. So on March 30th, you see his place?
Yes.
And how long are you there for?
I was there for maybe less than an hour.
Okay.
Because I had prior engagements to attend to.
And then what happens? You like it?
I said I liked it, yes.
Okay.
I did not tell him to take it off the market, but I said I liked the place, and how much is the deposit would you require? He said $1,600.
Okay.
And I left $1,600. I got a deposit.
Okay, but hold on. If you're still shopping, why do you leave $1,600? You only leave $1,600 when you say to a man, I'll take it, so he doesn't give it to somebody else. That's the point of leaving money.
So she changes her mind the very same day. Can she get her deposit back?
Well, if the landlord's a good person, then yeah, but if the contract doesn't say you have 3 days to change your mind, then legally...
Out of luck.
Yeah.
Okay, well, who has an opinion about this? Who has a strong opinion about this? Nobody. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Going inside the courtroom.
Trying to get an apartment for my family and myself to move in together. Last-minute decision. And yes, I did leave $1,600
So you give him
deposit.
what did you think the $1,600 was for, if not taking it off the market? What's it supposed to be for?
Just a deposit to hold.
To do what with? Fan himself until you come back and say, give it back? I mean, what's he going to do with it? Can he rent it out the next day to somebody else while he's holding your $1,600? No, right?
No.
Right. So what do you think it's for? So according to you, you get a call from her saying, I've changed my mind. When do you get that call?
I get the call on, I believe it was on the 1st of April.
Okay.
I was at a bank. I couldn't talk, because I was inside the bank. So I just text, like, what's up? Like, what do you want? And then I think one time, 2 times I text back, I think. And then she texts me. She goes, I changed my mind. Or
do you have the text?
I believe I do, yes.
Yeah, let me see
Do you want it from
So,
the phone or from?
From the phone, I prefer. Can you explain to me what it was that happens on the 31st? You see a different apartment.
Yes, I did call him to let him know. I gave a courtesy call to let him know that I am going to see another apartment, which I was calling before, and I'm not sure about my final decision.
Yeah, after you gave him the $1,600?
Yes.
And okay, go
yes.
on.
And he did say, okay, let me know what you decide, and that was the end of the conversation.
And then he said no. And then you offered to return $350.
I never said yes. Okay, well, why would I take a deposit and say, sure, shop around, do what you want, no problem, come on.
Okay, so she tells you on the first, and now it's too late for you to rent it to somebody else.
Yes, it is, because...
So you should just be out your rent, because she changed her mind.
That's exactly what I offered her. I said, I'll gladly refund you the difference. I said, I'm out of...
The rent is $1,250. She gave you $1,600, so you offered her $350.
Exactly.
Right, and you said, no, I'm not taking $350. Give me back all my money.
Yes.
Yeah, you were nuts. All right. Okay, so we decided not to take the apartment. I would like to meet you to collect the deposit. And he answers, you left me a deposit for that one apartment. I took it off the market when I had potential renters that wanted to see it and take it. And I took the listing of the rental advertising. You can't leave a deposit and say, I want it, and don't rent it to anyone. It's my apartment. And then on the 1st, say, I don't want it. This is on all this is on Friday, April 1st, when you're supposed to be moving in. What planet are you living on where you think this man has to give you back the month of April? He doesn't. You have to give her back what you offered previously, which is $350. Now, you rented it out in May, correct?
May 1, yes.
Not in April, so that's why you get to keep April rent. So I am ordering the defendant to pay exactly what he had offered to pay, which is $350 for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So the plaintiff does prevail, but she only gets $350 back, which is interesting because you were going to give it to her anyway, right?
I offered that to her, but she practically told me, no way.
Forget it.
$1,600 or nothing.
She was going to come to court and prove that you owed her the rest. Well,
like I would take a deposit and say, yeah, shop around, do what you want, no problem.
Interesting case. She won, but in effect, you know, she lost.
The money I offered.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Thank
Sorry
you.
you had to come to court for this.
Thank you.
Here comes Jessica, the plaintiff now. Well, did you learn something out of all this?
I sure did. It was a foolish error on my part, and next time I would never leave that amount of deposit with anyone.
Well, you learned a lot today.
I learned. I did
You
learn,
really did.
yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are a winner indeed. Thank you very much. Harvey?
Okay, Doug, before I start, I got to tell you, a woman just said to me, is this jury selection? No. Here's the deal. If you are a landlord and somebody breaks the lease, you still have a duty to mitigate or minimize your damages, which means that you have to put ads out saying, look, I'm looking for another tenant, and then you have to take reasonable steps. If you do that, then you can hold the other tenant to the full amount, but you're not allowed to double dip if you get another tenant.